Hey church family, we're excited to let you know that we are coming back to church this week, and we just wanted to do this video, just kind of give you a little idea of what to expect as you come back to church, whether you're coming back for our senior service tonight at 6:30 Wednesday night, or you're coming in the main services on Sunday at either 9 o'clock or 10:30. Want to walk you in literally from the parking lot to the parking lot. So if you'll just kind of hang with us here, that would be great. Let me kind of tell you what to expect as you come in. When you pull into the lot, there will be parking lot attendants showing you where to park, how to park, and we've already given you kind of a diagram of how to be able to follow, but we're going to ask you to park every other space. So as you come in, if you'll leave a space in between you and the closest car, that would be appreciated. We're trying to maintain social distancing as much as possible, and help us with that spacing, if you will. Also going to ask you to stay in your car until 15 minutes prior to the service. So tonight's service begins at 6:30. Going to ask you to stay in your car until 6:15 so that we can maintain social distancing as is in the CDC requirements. That would help us out a lot. Same thing on Sunday. Service starts at 9 and then the second one at 10:30 based on our last name distinction. So if you can stay in your car till at least 8:45 and then 10:15, that'll help us getting people in and out of the lot, making sure we've got plenty of space and we're not providing a mass congregation out in the parking lot. As we go towards the parking lot, or come from the parking lot rather, there's going to be a tent, and as you walk up, one of our greeters will be standing here on the tent. We've got under the tent, we've got face masks for you, we've got hand sanitizer, tissues, gloves. If you don't have any of those things, feel free to utilize them. This stuff is here for you so that you feel better as you get ready to come into the church. That would be great. Our greeters will hand those out to you. As we walk towards the main lobby, we're just going to kind of go under the awning and we'll just kind of walk into the building this morning. Someone will be here to greet you. It'll probably be our good and faithful, tried and true volunteer team, First Impressions group, but we'll walk into the building. And as we come into the lobby, there'll be someone here to greet you. Notice our hand sanitizer stations, they're all over the place. As you come in, our staff will be in the lobby greeting you coming back to church. There's a tithe box here, not going to be taking up an offering during the service. There's boxes on the way in and on the way out. If you have an offering you'd like to drop off, those will be available. All the floors are marked so that we can give a consistent flow of traffic on the way in and on the way out. And you'll see that all over the property. As we head into the auditorium now, you'll see a little bit different look as we come in here. We will have section leaders. The pews are marked off. Every other pew will be available to sit in, and there's tape to kind of guide you where to sit. Please don't sit on the tape. We have measured everything off to make sure that we've got 6 feet in between everybody seated, and there'll be section leaders here to help you find a seat. We have reserved seating for our seniors, and we're excited about that to make sure that we can kind of get everybody spread out in the auditorium and maximize our space here. But you'll come in, literally find somebody. Someone will be here to help you find a seat as you come in. And we're excited about that. Kids, make sure that you sit with your family. We're going to ask you not to be roaming around. Please stay with your mom and dad. And you'll see kind of the way that the pews are marked off a little bit. And everything has been cleaned and sanitized before every service. Our cleaners were in here last night cleaning the auditorium. So we're excited. Everything's clean and ready to go for tonight, and be done again between now and Sunday, and then in between the first service and the second service. So that will be great. As we make our way out of the building, you'll notice that we're going to dismiss everybody by section to make sure that we don't have one mass group of people leaving at the same time. We'll explain all that in every service, and we'll get used to that over the next several weeks. As we come out in the lobby, we want you to know that we're going to exit through a different door than when you came in so that we can keep all that flow of traffic. Our service time is going to be right at 40 minutes, 40 to 45 minutes, and shooting for that so that we can get a group in, and then we can get a group out, and then the next group back in. But we're going to bring everybody back out. We already mentioned our tithing boxes are sitting out. There'll be a staff member here in the lobby greeting you on the way out, thanking you for being at church this morning. And the floors are marked to show you how we're going to exit. And we'll begin walking down the hall as we head out of the building. hand sanitizer station again, all over the place. As we come into the hallway, something a little bit differently than we've never done before. We have limited access to our restrooms while you're here on the property. That's because some of our restrooms are smaller than others. So we'll have limits on how many people can be in the restroom at a time. There'll be bathroom monitors here to help you, hall monitors, just to make sure that you know where you can be and how we're going to kind of do this thing that we've gotten used to called social distancing. But the floors are marked to help you there. We're going to have limited access to the building, limited access to the bathrooms rather. So if you can at all help us with that, only use the restrooms in the event of an emergency. They'll be closed after the service. So if you need to use the restroom, please make sure you do that before church begins because they'll be closed after we get to that point. Once we get down the hallway, we're going to go ahead and head towards the exit. Our water fountains will be closed off just because of sanitation guidelines. We've closed all of them off. So as we head out, people will be here to help you, volunteers everywhere, to kind of give you ideas on what's going on. And if you have any questions, please feel free. We're all going to exit through this door. So we've gone from the hallway all the way down to this door, and we're going to go ahead and head back out into the parking lot now and give you some final instructions as we wrap up. But we'll all come out this door together. There'll be people here to help you on the way in and on the way out. As we get to come back to church starting tonight, several people have asked about, hey, preacher, what's the deal with this new mask restriction that we heard about yesterday from our governor? How does that apply to church? Well, we just kind of made the decision here at Crossroads that we're going to wear a mask this coming Sunday when we come back to church. Say, preacher, do I have to? I'm going to ask you to. I hope that you would. No, we don't want anybody in our church getting sick and getting the virus. And we're going to ask you this weekend especially to please wear a mask. They'll be available for you. We have cloth and surgical masks available for you. If you want to bring your mask from home, that's fine. But we're going to ask you at least this weekend. Our staff's going to be masked up. Our volunteers will all be wearing masks. We're going to ask you to do that at least this weekend. And just know that that's going to be temporary. But we're going to ask you to do that this weekend especially, if you will, just so that we can honor the authority that God has placed over us. We're going to ask you to do that. Man, we're excited about coming back to church. It's Welcome Home Week here at Crossroads. We have our 6:30 service tonight for our seniors over the age of 60 as we come back together as a church family. And then this weekend, launching everything open to everyone who feels comfortable coming back to church. It's going to be an awesome Sunday, 9 o'clock and 10:30, 2 services, same exact music, same exact message. It's going to be great. If your last name is A through H, I'm going to ask you to come to the 9 o'clock service. I through Z come to the 10:30 service. But let's focus on the positives as we get to regather together as a church family. It's going to be awesome. Don't look at all the negatives and say, man, what about this? What about this? Let's be excited that we're coming back to church. Hey, I love you, church family. We're excited about seeing you starting tonight in our Welcome Home Week. Have a great day.